Hey, Steve here with the Waseca Hockey Association again. Going to show you how to use Gamesheet. Start by selecting the biggest tablet from a concession stand. If you can't get in or there's no workers there, whoever's working at the rink can get in there and get it for you or get you access. Gamesheet is this icon right here. Tap it. When it loads, it'll bring up all the games that are listed for the day. Today, currently, there's a Northfield PWB and a Farmington PWB scheduled to start at 11:30. So, actually, that's for October 20th. I don't know what the status of that was. Apparently, it was probably canceled, never played because it didn't happen. Anyways, if you don't see your game in this list to select to go from, you have to create your game. Most of your games throughout the year should be in here somewhere, and you just gotta scroll through them and find them and select them. So we'll create a game by going up here and selecting new game. And then you can do load from schedule, which I'll show you that. It'll bring up the entire schedule of what's loaded. That's upcoming. Roseville, Mahtomedi, that's the only thing that's in the schedule, and then you would click load game if that's yours. But ours isn't there, so we'll hit the back button and we'll go back to hit new game, create from scratch. You start here, season required. What is it exactly? Well, it's either going to be 24-25 District 9 regular season, or it's going to be 24-25 exhibition. We'll select exhibition. Visitor team division. We'll go with my son's division, make it easier. Bantam B1. Required team. Let's see, we'll just say that we're playing Austin. And Bantam B1, home team, be Waseca. We're always at the bottom, or in the bottom somewhere. Game date required, be today. Game time, scheduled start time. So this is whatever your scheduled start time is. We'll say 7 p.m. and we'll create the game. So now it wants the information here, but if I was to go back to games, now here's our game. It's already loaded, but I got to put the rest of the information in it. Now when you get to the end where it says 5 warnings, 5 errors, we can live with the gray. The orange is bad. We have to be able to clear everything that's orange, or we won't be able to save the game and lock it and upload it. So we're selecting the game. Now we have to put in the game details. Location. Well, we're here obviously. So type out Waseca, comes up. Game number. If this is a regular scheduled season game, district game, it should have a game number. You don't have to worry about that. Somebody else does that. Game type required. This is exhibition. Category. Don't have to worry about that. If it applies, somebody else will do it. Scorekeeper. You should put your information in here so they know who did it. I always put my first initial and my last name. Everybody around here knows me. And I also put my phone number in case anything really bad happens. Only once have I ever gotten a phone call. Start time. This is honestly, when I do this, it's when that 5-minute warm-up expires and they're picking up pucks. So you know, whenever that is. That's when I put that in. The end time, that'll happen on its own for you. Period minutes. It's a Bantam game, so it'll naturally load 17 minutes for you. But for some reason you're doing something different and you need to load that, you can change this just by selecting it and changing it manually. Visitor lineup. This is where you'll go through. I always look at one main thing. Do they have more than one goalie? You want to make sure it's clicked as starting. Otherwise you can click it and go and do that. And then you want to go through this with the coach, because if they have somebody that's out that's suspended, you want to make sure that it's appropriately marked that they're suspended and they're sitting, let's say suspended, and it's game 1 of like 5 or whatever it is. So they're serving their appropriate suspension. It gets logged with the league, or with the district, sorry. Or if they're injured, you want to make sure that all this is appropriate. And once you've confirmed that with the coach, you have them, they'll click here and then they sign. Very simple. And they click save, it locks their roster. Same thing with the home team, which looks like ours needs to be updated because we don't have the ability to sign right now. That'll have to be something that gets worked on there. Anyhow, I get the lineups, the rosters done before the game starts, way before. I go and meet with the coaches. So when you jump into the live game, you're gonna go to scoring. Oh, I gotta select a goalie, sorry. See, it won't let you advance unless you have this done. Or you can hit later, but either way, it lets you know you haven't done something. So we wanna go down, TJ's the goalie. So we want him starting, and we gotta select his position of goalie. There we go. And now we can go into scoring. And this is pretty simple stuff. Wasika on this side, Austin on that side. Goals on the top, penalties on the bottom, and then the very bottom, shots on goal. So Wasika has a shot on goal. Boom, 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 boom. If you're wrong, you can minus them. Austin, same. And then to know that this is live scoring's enabled. So if somebody's at home right now watching Live Barn, they think this game's going, even though it's not, because it's linked right now. It's just a test, but this is linked. Let's say there's a player penalty. You want to go with the time of the game, whatever that is, and so with this is backwards from scoring off of paper where it's reversed. So this, you just look and you see what time is on that clock. So it starts with 17-minute periods. So we'd be, say, 16, 40, whatever. And then minute and a half or 2 minutes, we're typically 2 minutes. And then this goes through all the different penalties. So a lot of our refs here will come up to the window and they will tell you exactly what the penalty is for. A minor, which is all right here, and then it works down to major penalties if you need to, which would be more than 2 minutes. So if you select 2 minutes, you're only gonna get minors come up. If you select 5 or more, you'll get the majors that come up. Some refs at this level won't come to the window. So you have to be able to know what they're calling when they signal it. If you don't know all these signals, to your left in the booth, there is a sheet that literally has all these on it. If you're not up on your hockey penalty calls. However, most of the common ones, everybody kind of knows. We'll just go tripping. And I don't know any of their kids, so we'll just pick one. So there he is. So with scoring, or with penalties, you don't have to worry about anything else with this. The announcing part, which we'll get to, because if you're doing this, you're also announcing. I'll do that part in another video where I'll incorporate this, but this would be the script of what you would read. So, and this will expire on its own, not like the clock. You don't need to worry about anything else, or if there's a goal, you don't need to worry about anything else. So, you know, see, Wasika gets a goal. And that's if the ref gets it right and gets all the assists. Here's your script. That's what you would read. And then this system is so smart, it would clear out the penalty for you. And it's not like the paper where you would have to figure that out of when the penalty cleared and all that jazz. And of course there's a goal, so it'd be a shot, and vice versa. It's very simple. Advancing the period is right here. Period 2, period 3, and so on. Totals everything up at the end. When the game's done, it literally goes, you go to end game. You would hit that time, that will fill it in the end. We're not going to do that because that'll start the locking process. Instead, we're going to go back. Oops, cancel, back. So the last thing you'll do once it ends that game, it's going to bring up this official information. Again, you want to be able to clear out all these orange things or you won't be able to lock it. But you're going to need referee signatures. They're going to find their name in here and enter it. If the ref doesn't find their name and they don't know how to do it, oh, he's in there. Anyways, there's a spot where you can add them. If you know the ref that's working, you can add it for him before the game starts. So he's there, and then he just has to sign and go from there. But you can add manually too. And the refs should know how to do this. We do have some young refs that do not know how to do this, but there should be a referee on the ice that knows how to do all this. If something really bad happened during the game, such as a 10-2 or something like that, they might have this for a while because they might need to type out some notes. So don't expect to get this back right away. But you do need to hang out because you do need to be the person that returns this back and closes this game out. Once everything's done, all these have been cleared out, the orange. Again, we can live with the gray, just not the orange. Then you'll come up here and you're gonna hit lock and upload. That'll be the last thing you hit. That'll lock and save the game to where nothing else can be changed on it, and it'll upload it to the district. If there's any problems with the game at all, you need to notify your team manager, and they will notify Tony Martins with what the problem is. Again, if you have any questions, you can contact me, Tony. And there's quite a few other people that know how to use this pretty religiously, so feel free to reach out. But this is super easy to do, way easier than the paper. And like the clock, don't be afraid to do it. So in the next video, we'll cover using this, announcing, and running music.